We are live at Blake High School for a key Class 5A District 8 matchup as the visiting Jesuit Tigers meet the Blake Yellow Jackets. Good evening, everyone. I am John Pedrero from the class of 1981. Welcome to Jesuit Tiger basketball heavyweight clash tonight here at Blake. Tigers ranked number 5 in 5A. The Yellow Jackets ranked number 7. Two key district rivals. It's always a exciting, competitive game when these two teams play. Jesuit, I am told, actually noticed this in pregame warm-ups, and I hope he's listening tonight. Carter Raines is out under the weather. Sounds like he has what I had recently, but I hope he feels better. Hope he tunes in and miss his size tonight, but good depth on this Tiger team. Maybe means some more minutes for Dean Lucas, for Dylan Flock, Tyler Coet as well. But definitely a loss for the Tigers tonight, minus their 6'7" junior. Jesuit coming off of a 61-49 home win against Hillsborough. Solid game for Nate Bawachi, 20 points on 6 of 11 shooting. Nate also 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 9 steals for Nate. Saw that 9. I'm wondering what the school record was or is. It's got to be pretty close to it. All-time record, by the way, 301 steals by Jesuit legend Joey Galvis. Morty Hanlon with 10 points. Chris Moliere, he also had 10 on 6 of 6 free throw shooting. Moliere also chipping in 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals. The dynamic sophomore duo of Dylan Flock, Tyler Coet off the bench, each with 9 points. Coet chipping in with 6 rebounds. Tigers 37% from the floor, 19 out of 51. They were 7 out of 21 from three-point range, continuing their solid season at the line, 16 out of 20, and 20 steals for Jesuit against Hillsborough. But a solid, quality opponent tonight in the home-standing Blake Yellow Jackets. Jesuit, by the way, 7-1. Blake 8-1. They're coming off of a win over a future Jesuit opponent, Sickles. Close game, 61-53. The Yellow Jackets were 22-7 last season. They had a playoff win over Jesuit, 49-45 in overtime. That's the last time these two teams met. And Blake went on to lose to Leesburg. And Tigers with the win at Auburndale, then they lost in the final 8. But both teams coming off of successful seasons. Blake led in scoring by the junior Joshua Lewis at 17.4, and the exciting sophomore Joe Filion at 14.4 per game. Lewis averages 9.4 rebounds to lead the Yellow Jackets. I think it's Philon, Joe Philon, 4.2 assists, 3.8 steals for him, and he also has 2.7 blocks. So a tall, rangy, athletic Blake team. Got a nice low view here. And we'll adjust the camera as needed. Wish I could get higher, but it's about as high as I can get here at Blake's gym. So 3 referees, I've seen all of them. And would appear we're going to have the national anthem here. No announcements as of yet for that. As we wait. Both teams waiting. Maybe everyone will just break out in a group song here. I don't think we have a PA announcer tonight either. At least none that I see at the table. Seth Ravenna down there, the official scorekeeper. And I hear music. So here's the national anthem. All right, there's your national anthem. And we do have a PA announcer, so here's the starting lineup for Jesuit. Morty Hanlon, number 33. Julian Parker getting the start tonight. Jack Burkhardt, and solid rebounding. Chris Moliere at 14.5 per game. And Nate Bowachi at 19.1 to lead the Tigers.
And now, your starting lineup, Blake Yellow Jackets.
So here's Blake.
Junior, number 11,
Shamar Council, number 11.
A junior, number 2,
Rashif Sinkfield, number 2. Kentrell Martin, number 3.
sophomore, number 1,
Joe Philon, number 1.
junior, number 5,
And the leading scorer, Joshua Lewis. So there's the starting lineup for the Yellow Jackets. Neil Goldman, 37th season, 702 career wins for Jesuit. Tigers in their royal blue tops and bottoms. There you see Neil. Thanks to all who have tuned in tonight. We appreciate it. So it's going to be Lewis jumping against Bowachi. Good crowd here tonight at Blake. And it's controlled by the Yellow Jackets. It's Sinkfield across the timeline. Tigers in there 2-3. Sinkfield to Martin. Martin back to Sinkfield, right wing. Sinkfield directing traffic. Dribbles back to the top of the key, right wing Phylon. Phylon back to Sinkfield, back to Phylon. Back to Sinkfield, top of the key. Phylon takes a long three-pointer, and it's rebounded by Jack Burkhardt, was short. Here comes Burkhardt. Burkhardt and some miscommunication on the first possession. Not quite sure if that was intended for Hanlon or Moliere, but whatever the case, it's out of bounds. Turnover. Blake ball. Phylon. Left wing Martin. Back to Phylon. Top of the key. Right wing Joshua Lewis, the leading scorer, to Phylon. He looks inside. A drive and another rebound. Burkhardt on a miss by Council. From the Tigers again. Here's Nate Bowachi. Nate across the timeline. Left wing Burkhardt. Burkhardt top of the key. Moliere. Morty Hanlon. Morty takes the three. Morty rolls in and out. And the long rebound controlled by Blake. Here's Joshua Lewis. Looked like a travel there. No call. That's actually Lewis with it. It was controlled by Phylon. Phylon left wing Sinkfield. Sinkfield. Phylon top of the key. Right wing Lewis. Lewis in the paint. Lewis drives. Lewis. It's a tip that goes to Moliere, who saved it. No score early. Here's Chris Moliere. Moliere drives. Moliere lay in. Score! Comes the Yellow Jackets. Council to Joshua Lewis. Lewis picked up quickly by Hanlon. Top of the key. Phylon. Right wing Martin. Phylon. Phylon takes a three, air ball, rebounded by Sinkfield, back to Phylon. Blake, a low shooting percentage, low 40s. Sinkfield to Joshua Lewis, who drives, runner, score. And pressure by Blake. Here's Jack Burkhardt. Burkhardt to Bowachi. Julian Parker, head fake, stop, pop, shoot! Thought he got fouled, no call. This is Sinkfield with Bowachi on him. Top of the key, Joshua Lewis. Lewis pulls it back. Lewis. Pass inside near Steele. Three-pointer take and miss. And tip winds up in the hands of number 3, Martin. Rebounded Moliere. Here comes Moliere quickly. Moliere with it. Moliere drives. Moliere to Bowachi. Nate goes baseline. Nate to Parker on the wing. Parker drives. Moliere. Moliere to Jack Burkhardt, left wing to Moliere, who pulls it out. 2-2, 4:50 left in the first. Hanlon, right wing. Hanlon with it. Hanlon to Bowachi, left wing. Nate. Nate drives. Nate to the basket. Nate's going to get two. No, he traveled. Two, 4:44 left in the first. Low scoring game. Here is Phylon. To welcome any Blake fans who might be watching tonight. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Sinkfield left wing Lewis. Bowachi picks him up quickly. Baseline to Martin, with Parker watching him closely. Near steal. Oh, it is stolen. Here comes Nate Bowachi. Nate to Hanlon. Morty back to Bowachi. Neil Goldman says 2. Here's Bowachi. Nate drives to the basket. Nate had it blocked. Long pass is controlled. 3 and thought it was going to be a 3. Lewis spins, misses. Rebound underneath, another miss. Tip. Morty Hanlon controls it. Here's Bowachi to Moliere. Moliere drives. Moliere is going to get 2 shots. So Moliere and Bowachi both taking it strong to the hole. And Moliere has 2 shots. That's the first team foul on Blake. Remember the new rules. Fouls reset after each period. On the 5th foul, it's 2 shots. Moliere free throw up, miss. Moliere 79% from the line. Free throw up. That one rolled in for Moliere. It's got all 3 of Jesuit's points. 3-2 Tigers. 3:43 left in the first. Lewis to Martin on the wing. Martin pulls it back. Lewis top of the key. The Old Jackets working a half-court offense here. 3-pointer take and miss. Rebound Moliere on the Lewis miss. Here comes Moliere. Moliere with it. Moliere crossover. It was a reach. What they call a hell ball. It's going to stay with Jesuit. The Tigers really trying to take it strong to the basket right now with Moliere and Bowachi, especially Moliere. Burkhart to Hanlon. Good job, Morty, saving that. And it's another hell ball. This one's going to go to Blake. Phylon across the timeline. Picks up his dribble. Right wing Lewis. Lewis back to Phylon, top of the key. Lewis with it. Lewis, left wing Phylon. Ooh, near travel there, Phylon. Sinkfield has it. Sinkfield, top of the key, Phylon. Left wing Martin. KJ Martin stops. Fall away. And the rebound is near steal Bowachi. Martin ultimately picked that up. Now top of the key, Lewis. Good defense by the Tigers here. Lob underneath to Phylon, fall away. Sinkfield goes baseline, score. 4-3 Blake. Here's Moliere. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first period. Burkhart top of the key, Phylon on him. Morty Hanlon. Hanlon with it, left wing. Morty to Moliere. Sinkfield on Moliere to Nate Bowachi. Nate with it. Nate left wing. Nate keeping that pivot foot. Parker with it now. Phylon on Parker. Two similarly built players in Parker and Phylon. Morty Hanlon, top of the key. Morty to Parker. To Nate Bowachi. Tight man-to-man defense. Morty takes a 3. Score! Morty got free. Buried one from the wing. It's Lewis with it. 6-4 Tigers. Phylon on a drive. It's going to be 2 shots. It's on Parker. So Joe Phylon at the line. Free throw up. Ooh, shot that one long. Phylon So Dylan Flock in. Philon's a 67% free throw shooter. So Flock for Parker. And he missed them both. Burkhardt with the rebound. So Dylan Flock coming off of a solid game against Hillsborough. Burkhardt with it on the wing. Burkhardt gets a screen from Bowachi. Burkhardt to Morty Hanlon. Morty to Moliere. Moliere drives. Moliere stops, pops, shoots. They're going to call an offensive foul on Moliere on a clear out. 6-4 Blake. Under a minute left in the first. This is Malik Brady Ayers, 12 in the game. Oh, it goes right through the legs of Lewis. Tiger ball. So Brady Ayers is in, replacing Council. Pressure. Morty Hanlon with it. Morty to Burkhardt. Morty Hanlon. Morty with a big three. Morty. Burkhardt right wing. Burkhardt to Dylan Flock. Morty Hanlon. We know Morty can hit from NBA range. Here's Flock. Another guy that can hit from a long way. Bounce pass to Bowachi on the block. Nate backs in, kicks it out to Flock. 12 seconds. Tigers need to do something here. Moliere in a drive score! Three-pointer take and miss. Good finish for the Tigers. They lead 8-4. And Flock's going to get an assist on that play. So 8-4 Jesuit after one. Chris Moliere with 5, Morty Hanlon with 3. There's your scoring. Ricky Bajo in the house tonight. Still holds Jesuit's all-time record for assists in a career. Part of that 84 state championship team. Along with another attendee here, Jesuit AD Terry Rupp. Tiger ball, they're up 4. Here's Burkhardt. Right wing Flock. Flock to Bowachi, top of the key. Nate to Hanlon. Chris Moliere. Moliere, Jack Burkhardt, right wing. Jack pulls it back. Dylan Flock. Martin on Flock. Morty Hanlon. Morty. Morty got his pocket picked a little bit there and picked up a foul. Moliere out. Parker in. 8-4 Jesuit early in the second. Brady Ayers with it. Brady Ayers, left wing Sinkfield, Brady Ayers. Brady Ayers, right wing Joshua Lewis to Philon, near steal. Bowachi picks up Lewis, who drives, and a follow and a score. Joe Philon elevated on that when he was above the rim. Here's Burkhardt to Julian Parker. Parker to Bowachi. Nate spins. Nate kicks it out to Flock. Flock for 3. Shot it long. Nice rebound, Bowachi. Burkhardt. Burkhardt for 3. Shot an air ball. Rebound, Lewis. Joshua Lewis. 8-6 Jesuit. Lewis in the paint. Couple of steps. Runner, score. Leading scorer for Blake. Joshua Lewis ties it up at 8. Here's Parker. Burkhardt to Dylan Flock. Burkhardt with it. Flock in the wing. Dylan Flock to Jack Burkhardt. Burkhardt short jumper. Score, Burkhardt! Burkhardt taking a couple of steps in. Little 12-footer. Buried it. 10-8 Tigers. That's Martin back to Sinkfield. Martin for three. Score. KJ Martin. 11-10 Blake. There's Flock. Back to Jack Burkhardt. Burkhardt to Flock in the wing. Nate Boachi. Nate with it. Burkhardt directing traffic. Nate top of the key. Nate hands it off to Flock, the sophomore. Jack Burkhardt. Morty Hanlon. Morty for three. Rolled in and out. Good pressure in the backcourt. Here comes Blake quickly. It's Brady Ayers. Miss. Follow. Score. They're going to call over the back on Lewis. Call Lewis over the back. Here comes Dean Lucas in the game. We thought we might be seeing him with Rains out. So the senior Lucas, who does give the Tigers, generally gives the Tigers quality minutes when he's in. Here's Dean Lucas with it right now. Lucas goes to the baseline, cross court to Morty. Morty for three, shot it short. Here's Martin. He had a three earlier. Martin hands it off to Brady Ayers. Molier's going to come back in the game. Brady Ayers, right wing Lewis. Tyler Couette's going to come in, and it's a steal, stolen back. And Hanlon out, Flock out, Couette in. Moliere in. Philon got fouled by Dean Lucas. Martin to bring it in. Martin needs to hurry. Fall away. Philon rolls out. Tip. Miss. Rebound Moliere. He got fouled. No call. Here comes Boachi. Tigers down 1. 4:30 left in the second. Boachi crossover. Couette for three off the rim. Boachi on the rebound. Nate goes inside. Nate score! Gives the Tigers the lead, 12-11. Brady Ayers, left wing Lewis. Lewis to Aiden Martinez, who's in the game. He misses. Rebound Dean Lucas. And they call Parker for a foul. Didn't see that, but he just picked up his second. And it's Blake Ball. Lewis with it. And baseline jumper, good. Malik Brady Ayers, 14-12 Blake, 3:50 left in the second. There's Burkhardt. Burkhardt across the timeline. Burkhardt, Dean Lucas. Dean on the wing, hands it off to Boachi. Chris Moliere. Moliere for three. Moliere score! Moliere, confident shot, buried it from long range, 15-14. This is Martinez to Brady Ayers to Martin. Back to Brady Ayers. Lewis, three, score! And he has something to say to Moliere. Still has something to say to Moliere. Foul in the backcourt on Brady Ayers. So Joshua Lewis and Chris Moliere exchanging some pleasantries, and they still are. There's Boachi across the timeline. Nate with it. Bowachi slips, gets it to Burkhardt. Burkhardt hands it off to Moliere. Moliere crossover, lost it. And it's stolen back by Tyler Couette. Heads up play by Couette. A little slippery floor here. Here's Burkhardt. It was a nice crossover dribble that time by Moliere. Tyler Couette in the corner. Couette to Burkhardt. 17-14 Blake, 2:30 left in the second. Couette with it. Gets a screen from Lucas. Here's Burkhardt in the wing. Burkhardt, drop step, fell backwards. And it's a steal. No, and a block by Moliere. They're gonna call goaltending. They're saying goaltending on Moliere, and boy, did he elevate. And Moliere hit his hand on the backboard. He's coming out. Moliere at the block. I think it's his left hand. He hit it pretty hard. 19-15 Blake. Here's Burkhardt. Hanlon's in. Bounce pass Bowachi. Nate got hit by Brady Ayers. Couette in for Lucas. Burkhardt to Bowachi, hands it back to Burkhardt. Burkhardt to Morty Hanlon. Knocked it off of the leg of Martin. Morty falling out of bounds. Bowachi under 2 minutes. 4-point lead for Blake. Bowachi directing traffic. Bowachi with it. Burkhardt looking to set a screen. Nate to Hanlon. Thought about a three, didn't take it. A little bit out of his range. Here's Bowachi. Pulls it back to the top of the key. 19-15 Blake. 1:32 left in the second. Tyler Couette. Couette the sophomore. To Burkhardt to Bowachi. Nate crossover. Nate drive. Nate missed. Nate got his own rebound. Flock got the rebound, and it's going to stay with the Tigers. Burkhardt to bring it in. Burkhardt to Couette. Couette goes up. He looked like he got fouled. They're going to say it went off of Couette. Blake up 4. They've hit a couple of long-range shots. It's Sinkfield. Sinkfield and Martin. Martin bounce pass to Brady Ayers. He traveled. Moliere in, Couette out. 58.3 seconds left in the second. See if the Tigers can get some points on the board. Neil Goldman says spread it out. Here's Burkhardt. Burkhardt across the timeline. Left wing Dylan Flock. Flock bounce pass to Bowachi on the block. Nate backs in. Nate. Oh, they call an offensive foul on Nate. My goodness. Not sure how that was an offensive foul. Disagree with that one. Just a basketball move by Bowachi, and ref saw otherwise. I think Nate thought he got fouled. .7 seconds left in the second. Blake up 4. Jesuit brethren not happy about that one. Here's Sinkfield. Sinkfield with it. Sinkfield across the timeline. Bounce pass to Martin. Martin stolen Hanlon. Pylon on him in the backcourt. Hanlon. Oh, that's another one. That's a horrible call. That's 2 in a row. That is 2 in a row. That is a weak call. Another one, another offensive foul. 2 very questionable fouls in a row. That is reminiscent of Wiregrass, the game that shall not be said. But that was they called a similar foul on Parker. Martin for 3, shot it long. Martin picks up the loose ball. 3 seconds, not called. Here comes Moliere. He drives, and it would have counted. Gee, surprised they didn't call an offensive foul on that. My goodness. 5.9. Couple of big free throws for Moliere. I think on that offensive foul, that was a flop basically by the Blake player, and the referee fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And it was a far referee too that called it. Free throw long. So for those who may be just tuning in, Jesuit minus Carter Raines tonight, who I'm told is sick. So hopefully he'll be back for Bartow. Moliere hits, no, rolled in and out. My good, near steal, Flock. So good job, Flock, preventing a breakdown court, but a couple of questionable calls there, to say the least. But Blake leads Jesuit 19-15 at halftime. Thanks to all who have tuned in tonight. We appreciate it, appreciate your support. Stats aren't going to be too hard to figure out here. Low-scoring game. But we'll be back in a little while, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching Jesuit basketball on the Facebook live stream back shortly. All right, John Pedrero back here at Blake High School as we approach the third period. It is Blake 19, Jesuit 15. Not too hard to figure out the scoring leaders here. Chris Moyer with 8 to lead the Tigers. Morty Hanlon with 3, Jack Burkhardt with 2, Nate Boache with 2, and that's it. 2 fouls apiece for Hanlon and Parker. And one thing that Jesuit does not want to do here is let the home team get momentum coming out of halftime. So important for the Tigers to get a good start here in the third. So it's the starters coming out. And it's going to be, looks like Blake ball, I believe. Yes, it's Blake ball. So Martin to bring it in to Philon. Joe Philon. He's double teamed. That's what the Tigers do. They're putting some pressure here. They've had success doing this. Philon drives, misses, rebound. Burkhardt, he's double, triple team. No, he got fouled. Burkhardt got fouled under the basket. Foul is on Council. That's the first team foul. And Blake returning the favor here with the pressure. 19-15 Blake early. Here's Burkhardt. Nate Boache. Nate stops, pop, shoots, buries it. So Nate cuts the lead to 1. Drive by Lewis, miss. I think it's going to Jesuit. So here's Burkhardt. Right wing Parker. Parker to Moyer. Moyer goes hard to the basket. Kicks it out to Morty. Nice look. Score! Morty is money on the nice dish. Tigers take the lead. Near steal there. Here's Martin. Three-pointer miss. Rebound Boache. Here comes Nate. And he got fouled. Remember, we said Jesuit wanted to come out strong, and they most certainly did. Back-to-back trays gives the Tigers the lead. 21-19, 6:43 left in the third. Here's Boache. Nate across the timeline to Jack Burkhardt. Burkhardt, Morty Hanlon. Tigers spreading it out here, working the perimeter. Here's Moyer. Moyer right wing Burkhardt to Julian Parker. Parker takes a long three. So looked good, but a little out of his range. Was actually watching Parker in warm-ups and halftime. He was actually hitting those. So here's Lewis. Joshua Lewis, leading scorer for Blake. He goes across the timeline. Lewis and Sinkfield inside, score on the nice dish from Council. We're tied at 21. Here's Boache. Nate top of the key. Nate hands it off to Moyer, who had a nice first half. Crossover, fall away. Moyer and Nate getting a hand on it. It winds up with Blake. This is Lewis inside. Miss, got his own rebound. And it would have counted. Missed that, but it was Lewis. Lewis with a miss inside, got his own rebound. Missed that, but he did get fouled in the act of shooting. So we're tied at 21, and Blake takes the lead, 22-21. Flock for Parker. 22-21 Blake. 23-21 Blake. So 2 free throws by Lewis. This is Bawachi. Across the timeline, bounce pass Dylan Flock. Flock to Burkhardt. Burkhardt to Bawachi. Sinkfield on him. Chris Moliere. Moliere to Morty Hanlon, left wing. Morty dribbles, gives it to Bawachi, high corner. Bawachi goes inside. Bawachi off the glass. Had to put a little more English on that. Didn't drive and loose ball is stolen by Moliere. Stolen back. Loose ball again. Back and forth. And what's the end result here? A foul on Morty Hanlon. So somehow Morty Hanlon gets a foul out of all that. I think that's his third. So out of all that scrum, Morty Hanlon gets a foul. It's 23-21 Blake, 4:55 left in the third. Timeout appears to be a Blake timeout. Oh, no, it's not. There is blood on the floor. That's what it is. So, Morty, that's what it is. Morty got hit in the nose. I think Morty has a bloody nose. So that's what it was. That was the cause of the timeout. But he seems to be okay. And the moms always worry about bloody noses, but he's okay. Drive Lewis off the glass, score. Here's Moliere. Blake up 4. Bawachi with it. Bawachi to Tyler Couette, who's in the game. Couette to Moliere, went off his foot. Flock got it. Flock to Moliere to Tyler Couette. Crossover dribble. Drive. I think it went off of the leg of a Yellow Jacket. And it's Tiger ball. Nate Bawachi. Nate off the glass, miss. Nice rebound, Tyler Couette. Flock for 3. Flock shot it long. Tip goes to Lewis. Tigers a little cold from the field here after those initial 2 shots. They're down by 4. 4 minutes left in the third. 25-21 Blake. Lewis on the wing. Lewis for 3. Lewis missed. And a push and no call. 3-pointer again. Phylon, he misses. Over the back, no call. My goodness. Good Lord. Sinkfield score. Sinkfield from the corner, a 3-pointer. Blake up 7. Here's Bawachi. Nate thought about a 3. Moliere crossover. Bawachi. Nate crossover. Nate got fouled. Refs are calling it tight here. And Burkhardt out, Hanlon in. Big. And Lewis and Moliere getting a little talking to. Phylon and Moliere. Hanlon to Boachi. Nate goes up, hands it off to Morty. Back to Boachi. Tight defense by Blake as we approach 3 minutes. Nate spins, scored, good. Nate with the spin off the glass is going to get a chance for a three-point play. Big possession for Jesuit right there. 28-23, big free throw. Here's Nate. Free throw up, rolled it in good. Nate with 6 here in the third. Near steal, Nate. Lewis to Martin. And Martin. Timeout, Blake. Timeout, Blake. Tough defense in the corner. As the Yellow Jackets lead by 4, 28-24, 2:54 left in the third. It's Lewis with it. And near steal. And possession arrow goes to Jesuit. Morty Hanlon with it. Morty. Sinkfield on him. Morty Hanlon, the junior. Right wing Couette. Chris Moliere. Moliere drives. Oh, went for the dunk. And Boachi got the rebound. Nate, fall away, score. Oh boy, Moliere going for the power dunk there. Phylon, three-pointer taken, miss. Rebound Boachi. That was a miss by Brady Ayers. Here come the Tigers. Boachi. Couette spins, shoots, score. Slick move by Couette. Ties the game. Phylon to Martin. Shaking camera courtesy of the fans here in the wooden bleachers. And it's a lob. Kind of wound up in the hands of a Blake player, laid it in. Martin, I think that was a busted play. Here's Flock on the wing. Blake up 2. 1:18 left in the third. Morty for 3 off the rim. Rebound. Brady Ayers. It's Joe Phylon with it, with the Yellow Jackets up 2. Phylon. Top of the key. Phylon right wing. Brady Ayers. Back to Phylon. Jumper taken. And it rolls in by Martin. I don't think he intended to. It's off the glass. 32-28. Boachi with it. Boachi spins. Brady Ayers on him. Bowachi to Moliere. Moliere takes a three. Moliere off the rim. And loose ball picked up by Flock. Moliere for three. Moliere miss at the horn. No, not at the horn. Excuse me. Thought it was at the horn. And near steal goes out of bounds. We're trying to keep a steady camera here, which is a challenge right now. But 10.8 left in the third. Lucas coming in for Couette. Martin to bring it in. KJ Martin. Martin to Martinez, who's in the game. 7 seconds. Martinez almost stepped out of bounds, and it's going to go to staying with Blake. That was the correct call right in front of us here. Martin, Phylon fall away, miss. Flock gets the rebound. So 32-28, Blake after three. Fourth one's going to be good. Stick around. We'll be right back. So we're still here. We're going to readjust our camera real quick here. So we haven't disappeared. You're kind of looking at the ceiling of Blake High School. It's got to tighten some things up here real quick. So hang on. Well, it's going to be as best as we can do it. We'll try to keep this as steady as possible. So Blake ball. This is Martin with it to Phylon. Lewis, turnaround. Lewis miss. And Jack Burkhardt with a nice rebound to Morty Hanlon. Pressure by Blake. Here comes Moliere. Moliere drives. Moliere off the glass, score. Moliere in double figures with 10. Pressure by the Tigers. Martinez goes baseline. Stolen. Burkhardt. Long pass. Moliere kicks it out to Parker. Parker for three. Parker off the rim. Hanlon gets the long rebound. Good job, Morty. Parker drives. Parker to Burkhardt. Burkhardt for three. Off the rim. Tigers had a couple of good looks there, and they could not convert. Morty just picked up his fourth. Tigers had a couple of good looks. And they did not fall, but it's a 2-point lead for Blake. Hanlon out. Flock in. Tigers with backcourt pressure here. Phylon. Near steal. He did steal at Moliere. Moliere with the steal. Bowachi goes up. Nate lay-in score. Nate ties it up. 6:40 left in the fourth. We're tied at 32. Back-to-back by the Tigers. Phylon to Lewis on a drive. He's going to get two shots. So 6:32 left in the fourth. 32 all. This is Joshua Lewis at the line. And he's a 75% free throw shooter. It's good. Two very evenly matched teams here this evening. 33-32 Blake. Hits them both, 34-32. 6:30 left in the fourth. Burkhardt. Across the timeline, Burkhardt with it. Burkhardt to Nate Bowachi. Nate to Burkhardt. Tried to get it to him on a give and go. Didn't work. Lost control. Drive and a finger roll miss. And another miss inside. Ball's getting tipped. And Dylan Flock ultimately gets it. And they call a hell ball as Moliere is knocked out of bounds. They called a hell ball. Wow. Right in front of us here. Blake up 2, but it is Tiger ball in the possession. Here's Bowachi back in the corner. Here comes Nate. Nate across. Nope, he hands it off to Burkhardt. Burkhardt across the timeline. Jack Burkhardt. Burkhardt bounce pass. Nope, Burkhardt's fouled. He's fouled by Martin. First team foul on Blake. Tigers have 2 team fouls. Burkhardt to bring it in. Burkhardt to Nate Bowachi. Hands it back to Burkhardt. Jack Burkhardt, left wing. Flock. Flock for 3. Flock! Had a good look. Tigers have had several good looks, just not fall. And we've seen Dylan Flock hit those too. Here's Phylon. Oh, backcourt! Phylon, backcourt, right there in front of us. There's Moliere in the backcourt. Moliere, bounce past Bowachi. Nate spins. Nate rolls it. Oh, miss. Boy, Jesuit cannot buy one right now. Another good look. Here comes Blake quickly. Drive, miss, follow, dunk. Phylon. 36-32. On a follow. Neil Goldman wants to talk about it. It's 36-32 Blake, 5:04 left in the fourth. Big dunk Phylon. Tiger ball. That's a good timeout by Neil Goldman. We saw a momentum shift there. 5:04 left in the fourth. Bowachi to Burkhardt. Burkhardt left wing. Nate's doubled. Gets it to Jack Burkhardt, who drives. Burkhardt score. Nice drive, Burkhardt. He's got 4. Cuts the lead to 2. Big play, Jack. It's Joshua Lewis. Lewis with it. Near steal, Flock. Lewis with it. Oh, they called that offense a while ago. Why didn't they call that an offensive foul when they called it an offensive foul a while ago? Same call. Same call. Same call. They called it on Jesuit. They did not call it on Blake. My goodness. That was the same play. Same play. You got to get some consistency here. And that was a worse offensive foul than the one they called earlier on Hanlon, who barely touched the defender, who flopped. 39-34. Nate Bowachi, Nate to Flock. Flock for three. Flock miss. And they're going to call a foul on Blake. It's probably that's a makeup call there. Second team on Blake. Shamar Council in for Contrell Martin. Bowachi to bring it in. Moliere. Nate goes inside. He got fouled. Wouldn't have counted. Would not have counted anyway. Foul on Brady Ayers. Burkhardt to bring it in. Burkhardt to Parker. Back to the basket. Spins. Goes up. Shot it short. Rebound Bowachi. He's going to get two. Two big free throws here. So the next foul on Blake, Jesuit's going to get two shots. Two shots anyway here for Nate. Free throw up, good. Nate's got 13. 39-35, 39-36. Tigers with pressure. There's Philon. Joe Philon. They're going to call Parker. They're going to call Parker on that. Parker on a reach. Each team 4 team fouls. Tiger fans not happy there, but I think that was the correct call. Lewis to bring it in. Lewis to Sinkfield in the backcourt. Sinkfield across the timeline. Sinkfield bounce past Lewis. Cross court, three-pointer taken, made. Malik Brady Ayers. Blake has hit clutch threes when given the opportunity, and Jesuit has not. And that's been the story so far. 6-point lead for Blake. Under 4 minutes. Nate backs in. Nate spins. Nate score, foul on the play. Tigers going to the big boys here. Nate backing in, got fouled, hit in the arm. 4-point lead for Blake. Nate trying to complete the 3-point play. Big basket for Bowachi. Nate free throw up, good. Big second half for Nate. Cuts it to 3. 3:30 left in the fourth, 42-39 Blake. Here's Philon. Nearly traveled. Lewis. Oh, Lewis nearly traveled. Stolen. Stolen Moliere. Stolen Moliere. Here's Chris Moliere. Crossover. Spins. Kicks it out. Dylan Flock. Thought about a 3, but he was closed on quickly by Council. Bowachi on a wing. Nate spins. Nate goes inside. He's going to get 2. Nate's going to get 2. And that is the 15th foul. So going forward, well, the next foul on Jesuit's going to be 2 for Blake also. So Nate can cut this to 1. Free throw up, good. Nate Bowachi has 16 points in the second half, 18 for the game. Lead cut to 2, 2:59 left in the fourth. Nate free throw up, good. 1 point lead. There's Joe Philon. Morty Hanlon's going to come in. Philon. To Martin. Martin to Philon. Inside, score. Lewis. 3 point lead, 44-41. Blake looking for their big guys too. Nate drives. Nate in trouble. Flock. Good job, Flock, picking up the loose ball there. Nate to Moliere. 3 point lead for Blake. Moliere, right wing, top of the key, Burkhardt, left wing, Julian Parker. Bowachi on the block. Nate backing in. Nate goes in. Nate's going to get 2 more. Nate's going to get 2 more. Free throw up, good. 44-42. Hanlon for Flock. Boy, would I love to see Morty pop a 3 here. Nate, second free throw, buries it. What a second half for Nate. Martin with it. Martin in trouble. They call a backcourt foul. It's going to be 2 shots. Call a push, I think, on Burkhardt. And this is Martin at the line. Kentrell Martin, 68% free throw shooter, miss. 2:05 left in the fourth. Blake up by 1. Martin hits a second. Blake up by 2. 45-43. So both teams in the bonus situation right now. Here's Burkhardt. Burkhardt with it. Burkhardt dribbles. Burkhardt right wing. Burkhardt to hand on top of the key. Left wing Moliere. Bowachi near the baseline. Nate with Philon on him. Nate goes inside. Nate had it blocked away. Picked up by Moliere. Kicks it out to Parker. Parker, he drives. He lost it. Philon. Blocked by Moliere. Flying out of nowhere. A clean block. A spike block by Moliere, who just saved 2 points. Hustle play by Moliere. Wow. Might be the block of the year right there. .132 left in the fourth, 45-43 Blake. Martin to bring it in on the baseline. Martin. So Philon has it on the wing. He's double team foul. So Philon's going to get 2 shots. Foul on Nate. So Philon has 2. Missed it. Philon second. As we have the shaking bleachers. Philon missed them both. And Nate gets the rebound. Tigers can tie it or more here. Here's Bowachi. Nate top of the key. Bounce past Parker. Parker top of the key now to Jack Burkhardt. Right wing Bowachi. Tigers moving without the ball. Morty Hanlon thought about a 3, didn't take it. Nate Bowachi wants a screen. Nate. Nothing there. Parker back to Nate. 1 minute left in the fourth. 1 minute left in the fourth. 2 point lead for Blake. Morty. Morty for 3. It's going to be off to the right. Rebound Philon. And timeout Blake. Boy, if Jesuit could have hit just 2 of these open range, open look threes, and there have been several. I mean, 1 or 2 of them, we have a different ball game here. But not just one guy, but Tigers have had opportunities where they've had open looks and it just have not fallen. And Blake, when given the opportunity, they've been able to, for the most part, convert. Sinkfield's hit some big ones, as has Lewis. So it's 50.2 seconds remaining in the fourth. There we see it, 50.2. Blake has the ball. They're up by 2, 45-43. We figured it was going to be a tight game, and that's what we most certainly have here tonight. A lot of basketball left. So it's Blake ball. Looks like a set play here. Tigers have to be careful with a Yellow Jacket breaking to the basket. Phylon to bring it in. And there's a foul called on Hanlon. That might be 5 on Morty if they called it on him. Yep, it is. Morty just fouled out. Flock comes in. Flock comes in. So Flock replacing Hanlon. Free throw missed by Sinkfield. So Blake's been fighting it at the free throw line here. This is Sinkfield's second. He hits that one. And timeout called by Blake. So 46-43, 49.3 left in the fourth. Blake leads. Reminiscent of those days years ago when Blake had Andre Morris and Michael McFarland. Boy, those were battles. That was back in the Travis Johnson, Galvis era. I think before those guys were seniors. Here's Moliere. Boachi, top of the key. 3-point lead for Blake. 40 seconds. Dylan Flock. Flock to Moliere. Moliere to Nate Boachi. Flock. Flock for 3. Flock off the rim. Rebound Phylon. Sinkfield. And it's stolen. Moliere. 16 seconds. Long pass to Burkhardt, who's fouled. He commits a foul. Thought he was fouled. So Jesuits really has to hope for a couple of misses here. It was a steal by Moliere, trying to get it up court to Burkhardt, but it was tipped by Phylon, who ultimately is fouled. He misses. $10.9 left. Neil Goldman wants to talk about it. I think Jesuit got the look that they wanted. Jesuit got the look that they wanted in the corner from Flock, but just didn't fall. So the second free throw for Joe Philon. Hit that 4-point lead. Tigers have to hurry it up here and shoot it quickly. Nate goes up, miss, and Blake's going to win the game. So it's Blake 47, Jesuit 45. (47-43), excuse me, is the obligatory Blake chants come out. But a very winnable game for Jesuit, but their long-range shooting abandoned them this evening, and that really is the bottom line of this game. Better shooting by the Tigers, and we may very well have a different story. So no rest for the weary. Jesuit has another tough game on the road at Bartow on Saturday, and barring anything unforeseen, I will be there to do that game. I believe it's a 2 o'clock game. We can look here real quick because we've got the schedule. It's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock at Bartow. So plan is for me to be there. And that's your ball game. Let's show you the score here one more time. There it is. 47-43 Blake. You figure these teams may very well meet again come playoff time. They only play once during the regular season. But thanks to all who have tuned in tonight on the Facebook live stream. We appreciate it. Blake 47, Jesuit 43. I am John Pedrero from the class of 1981, and you have been watching Jesuit Tiger basketball on the live stream. Have a great evening, everyone.